Ebusuafo ne ahwefo emu bi akobade ba Unidek TV so send the dey kan obodi answer betumi emi subscribe button no so no subscribe na for like na wetumi a share no we comment was ne betumi.
You know, it's your boy Captain to the Planet. I'm here to talk to you about Unidek TV. Please subscribe to Unidek TV. Subscribe.
And you say a year or so mame and an emma a year ruling be about a Supreme Court. Now, ruling no a buyer no, you say, oh, Bonatofa, a year Chief Justice Tokonu, or ne judge for a naya munina in Sian Wakao no count and so. Emu enum say, Omo dear, Omo GDPA say, a year Alban Bagbin, our Speaker of Parliament, no. Na montuo anase juma odino parliament no a sebio o ka se MPs beye miensa ana enan omode party din mu eba parliament ende omo se omo pese party na de omo ban no omo jai party no ho no mako contest eye independent no e kire se omo ankasa seat no omo ja no ho no ende Supreme Court Madam Tokonu ene judge for enan e kan ho omo ye eye one judge for omo ye and nine ekan ho okan ho omo enum no omo de omo say chief Speaker of Parliament no ade na oye no Ghana eye de mbra ebo ye ho ban no we ndi mbra so unconstitutional judge for mienu a na omo ka judge for no hina man be enso no 2 of the 7 judges no Judge Tanko ene Justice Johnson Lovelace Johnson judge for mienu bi mo amo se dabi adia Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin ye no kwanso edi wombrem in fact emra ekire se pepe kwanso e no ye nti 7 judges omotena ase no emu enum a Chief Justice kan ho no omo se omo de Alban Bagbin ye a oka se MPs na omo de party din ba Parliament and they omo se omo contest independent no sa judge fo num no omo se Alban Bagbin eka sa MPs no omo seat no omo jato ho no 5 judges a Chief Justice kan no omo se enimrem ena mienu a omo ka enso no se da bi ewo mrem de Alban Bagbin ye no ewo mrem inte no kre ne kwanso. Now se unya abutre na wo hwe asem a ebesi ni nyina asem ni nyina no se NPP for Ako Supreme Court say Emrebia Alban Bagbin gina so eka say so obi ba parliament na or the party bi din eba parliament na party ni din ti na ote parliament na sani pane na adwene say okọ asa akopre seat asa tena parliament na sa party na ote ni franka so e parliament no o just sa party no wo ho a che say sa party no se bi o seat no ja no ho no adia na Alban Bagbin embra ogina so no kire se wuja o seat no ho na okopre seat ankorankora na independent a sa seat na de obaye no sa seat no technically obi ante so. Now from the ruling of the Supreme Court no obebusa say sa article na Alban Bagbin gina so eka say sa de na MPs ni ye no enye into omo forfeit omo seat no under which circumstance and a sa sa article no under which circumstance na sa article no apply because I must say sa de na nkofo no ye no Alban Bagbin eni hu kwan so beka say and they say omo free omo party mu eko independent omo nje omo seat into enye mbremu a what time circumstance ben and there was a sa sa embra no ye gina so ka say obi ato embra e parliament because says ya wamra o hosa na se Alban Bagbin use mra no na se NPP for Supreme Court na Supreme Court se samra na e was se e kire se obi forfeit the seat and seat ni nya ne dia biam no Supreme Court se omunji ntum se Alban Bagbin use samra na question number se busa Supreme Court say when and what circumstances ɛna saa mmara no apply time bɛn nti ɛkyerɛ obi ekuo bi ansa ne akase wa 15 seat anasa deɛn. So at this point no ye wɔ mmara foforɔ bi wɔ hɔ a Alban Bagbin betumi use say so obi ba parliament na sɛ ofri ne party mu na sɛ ɔka sɛ ɔne ne party nante biom na ogya ne seat to sɛ ɔkɔpre independent a mmara bɛn biom na ɛnde yɛngyina so ɛnka sɛ saa nipa ne seat no ɔnte so biom. Is there another article? And that is the basic question Ghana ni bi onim nyansa bi ebusa Supreme Court, because say emra ewowa Alban Bagbin ejina so editu saa na mo no mo say emra sebio Ghana constitution itia dia e dia emra na say Alban Bagbin ende oka say opeso ojina so etake saa decision na onjina so. So what under which circumstance can that decision be taken, or that the article can be applied? Under which circumstance can that article be applied? Because the article Alban Bagbin jina so no parliament standing orders in parliament constitution is the Supreme Court going to give Alban Bagbin another article for him to use in case as some way ever told him, because it is still a pending issue before him, and as a Speaker of Parliament he needs to take a decision. Now, if the Supreme Court is saying, say, that article, no, so a take a decision, no, it is not constitutional. So, which article? Because the Constitution has stated it clearly. So, Obiura Parliament, no, Otusa no mona, or send the Panija the city so. Into what article should we today, if Speaker of Parliament sits down, which article, what article should he base his decision on? That is a tricky question, and that is a question I should say our Supreme Court is overstepping, and the judiciary is now basically working for the executive. Because you cannot tell me, say, we see public toilet, and a public toilet, no, I catch it say, a man kwan a kosa public toilet, and so ya bema na urawa watumra. Emra ewo kuruma ye nyina yeten. Now, a few months ago, asimesi a ye friend amwako ekora ema toilet no so ene ye no. Ye de be gina wo ohini nanim no, o se we bu mra so. If you say ye wo mra eda ho a kire se wura ema toilet a yanka se wura ho Monday ana Tuesday. Yankasa ura ho January ana February. Yankasa ura ho December ana said in January. Yes, se ura emma toilet ne so a wabumra. Into a few months ago, Kwame Amwako ewura mra ne toilet ene ye chi ne begina wo ohini nanim. Ena o ka kire saa nipa ne se wura mra toilet. You did not care the day, the time, the year, but as far as wura emma toilet no, emra na ebokro no ho ban ne se e wo se etwa wesu. Ema wo gina so as ohene no etwa Kwame Amwako esu. Now, yetete ha na eyedien nipa foforo ekowura emba toilet so. Nipa foforo ekowura emba toilet so. Yekoyi nipa ne ba ye na eye wode hye ba ko a obetumi abedi akonwa. Now, ekromofo ede nipa ne ba ye no mka kire wo se nana nipa waka se ma ode emra to wo se ma obi enwura emba toilet so no. And kojopoku ewura ma toilet ne so. Efri nanana no a kojopoku de oyede hye. Kojopoku de oyananta. Eti kojopoku ye de hye de ye ntumi ntwa ne su. Na kojopoku no ye ma ne warning. This is what we are seeing at the Supreme Court today. Mike Okwe edit the same article. And the catch the Ghana for say eye for me na MP no on cross the carpet, not only MPP in Koya business. MPP4 did not see anything wrong with it. The same parliament, BBN society, the same standing order, the same article. And the NPP4 was Supreme Court, Emma Supreme Court, catch say the rules are the same. The character has changed. Nipa na commit crime no, and commit crime na ye kan ho asem no, different from the committee first crime no adentra. They are affiliated to the NPP. And that is what the Supreme Court wants us to believe today. And Intila Mibusa say, at what circumstance and at which circumstance and that article can be applied? When can it be applied? Because when you read the document, so we read the Article 17, we read the new standing orders, we read the 18 now, vacancy other than resignation. We call Article 97(1) B to E, G and H of the Constitution. It says this. That is the standing orders, new standing orders of Parliament. Or say, the Speaker shall inform the House of the occurrence of a vacancy of the seat of a member under Clause 1B to E, G, and B and H of Article 97 of the Constitution. The Speaker of Parliament came to Parliament and announced to Parliament that these people have vacated their seats. So why are we today in Supreme Court for the Supreme Court to tell us Ghanaians to say that same article that the standing orders recognize, the Supreme Court does not recognize Parliament standing orders. That's where we are getting to. And it's a simple question say. So the article the Supreme Court for Gina so Eka say, in fact, I was say the Alban Bagbin enimbrem. The question is, at what time, what circumstance, and Article 97, and then what time does it apply? When can we use it? When is the best time to use that article? So we Speaker of Parliament in now. Also Supreme Court catch the Alban Bagbin. Say, this is a time also uses our article way because they did not give specification when the article can be used. Because in the standing orders, it is clear that this is the right time the article can be used. And in the standing orders, it does not state to say it can be used 2 months to elections, or 3 months to elections, or 2 years to elections, or the first day a government takes over. The article, the standing orders, it applies any day when that happens. So, Speaker of Parliament, whether it is a week to elections, a month to elections, a year to elections, the article and the standing orders tells him this is what you need to do. And Speaker Alban Bagbin followed through and announced to Parliament that your colleagues have forfeited their seats and going independent. So this article applies. Their seat is vacant. So I want to ask the Supreme Court, at what time does this article apply? And you see the funny thing, because they wanted to put out this ruling to make sure, say, the NPP gets their way, the day before the ruling came out, the Attorney General came to tell Ghanaians to say, Mike Okwe's ruling then, which favored the NPP. I'm talking about the former MP, the Attorney General quickly came out to say it was unconstitutional. It means they knew that if they don't say that the first ruling by Mike Okwe is unconstitutional, whatever the Supreme Court will do today, it will be against the first ruling. So what they had to do quickly was that the Attorney General will come and tell us, Attorney General say that first ruling by Mike Okwe is unconstitutional, so that it creates a window for the Supreme Court to make this judgment. So because the Supreme Court, basis they cannot rule on this matter until somebody tells us to say the first ruling is unconstitutional. They will use the precedent to say that this one too is unconstitutional. And Nuntina, they waited and for the Attorney General to first come out to say Michael Kwe's ruling was unconstitutional, and they will base on that to say that then this is also unconstitutional. That is why I'm asking the Supreme Court to say, so at what point, at what time, at which circumstance, and you bet to me, like I said, this article 97 can be applied when? Time bang. Why are you making a mockery out of yourselves at the Supreme Court? Because we are still expecting the Supreme Court to tell us, because now that they have all the powers to enter Parliament and interpret parliamentary laws to us, they should tell us when that article can be applied. When? Is it when a parliamentarian dies? Or somebody shoots somebody in Parliament? Or somebody goes naked in Parliament, or somebody brings all the flags from their constituency to come and fill a seat they sit on in Parliament? When does that article apply? Because now we have been made to believe that the Supreme Court is the creme de la creme, law. They have been able to even infiltrate Parliament, enter Parliament to take over parliamentary proceedings. Now they are saying Parliament. That is why I'm sending this message to the Supreme Court. When does that article apply? When does it apply? You see, There's something this MPP they are doing, and they think you Jimmy. You Afenyo Markin Mwamaka man steady one steady ahu. You may be at the better abontin. Mumu be nume drew. Some judges be nume drew or them mumu. Some people if you don't slow down. Afenyo Markin no some kwasi afo no. Se bobo careless ahu. Enya nipa bi ne sometime dey ni to omunima. Nyoma de begu abontin no. Mumu be nume drew or them. This clearly is embarrassing. This ruling from the Supreme Court, it is totally embarrassing. And you know what hurts here? The Supreme Court is basically telling us, Parliament, Jimmy, their own standing orders, to me, you see. Into Ochina, you know another Speaker of Parliament. For a article being and then cancer Parliament says somebody has forfeited their seat. Their article no so. Because you are telling us that the standing orders are unconstitutional. Article being. You see, sometimes when you nipa na mugu Supreme Court or when you Asemna told judges in 1982, I'm telling you, what happened to the judges who were shot and burnt alive? It can happen to any of you guys. You people should not see yourself say you are above the law. You see, human anger, when you push it to its limit, it can do things that at the end of the day, we are not regret it. Let not your actions push human to that level. I am running at the church Ghana. So we all need to adhere and make sure Sam Brano are protecting Obia. You cannot be selective with the law. It is bad. Let's see. 1982 judges na yeku omo no, it is because of actions bi omo take here and the man nipa bi di moja show etwa aja to omo bo mutirimutu. And let me tell you, the same human beings who left in 1982 are the same people who live here now, today. They have not gone anywhere. They are still living with us. So they have not changed. Those people we see said they were Christians in 1982. No, they are the same Christians we are living with. Those we saw said they are Muslims in 1982. No, they are the same Muslims we are living with today. So nothing has changed. It is your actions. It will bring the monster out of them again. And history always repeats itself when some people think they can suppress it. And that is what we are seeing in our judges, in our courts. We are not supposed to see the court being extraordinarily biased like this. This is wrong. It is not good. I am a Ghanaian. I should respect the Supreme Court, and I respect the Supreme Court. But people cannot turn the law upside down and use the law against the people. How can the Supreme Court go to Parliament and say that their own standing orders is unconstitutional? The question here is, so that article, when can it be applied? When? What time? And during what situation? Because there needs to be a situation for that to be applied. Into Ochina, when the speaker announces to Parliament, they say MPCB through the articles, they have forfeited their seat now. Unusual article being in Parliament to tell parliamentarians in Parliament. So are you trying to tell us that the Supreme Court today, they have taken out a constitutional article, binding a protected Parliament away? No. You can't do that from the Supreme Court. Because when you do this, it means you are taking away the High Court powers. Now, is anybody going to go to High Court again? No. Why should anybody go to the High Court if there is an issue like this in Parliament? Have we forgotten? The Supreme Court, have you forgotten there's a High Court there? And that your ruling can affect the High Court? Right now, why should anybody having an issue at the Parliament of Ghana go to the High Court for interpretation? Because you have actually said that the Constitution, the standing orders in Parliament are not constitutional. So why should anybody go to High Court to seek interpretation of standing orders in Parliament? What is the Supreme Court doing? You are overreaching. From day one, Afenyo Markin, like Chachuchi Kata said, came for an interpretation of 97G. That's it. You interpret that and you tell him to go back to Parliament. Let them go and fix their own problems. You don't overreach. You don't try and let Parliament feel like they are stupid. No. And this ruling is clearly what you, the Supreme Court, you are trying to do. You are trying to tell Parliament they don't have even the intelligence to understand their own standard orders. That's why I'm asking Madam Tokonu and the Supreme Court, at what circumstance, when can that article be applied? When? What should happen for that article to be applied in Parliament? That is a question that we all need to answer. You see, time same way ending or court ended. The Chief Justice and the 4 judges we can hear 5 can say I 5 against 2 no. The NPP went out there and they started insulting Alban Bagbin. Suddenly, they started putting flyers out. Alban Bagbin or a Kronfor or Yewi, and it came from the Baumia campaign. Oh, Alban Bagbin by a speaker, we did $1.4 million. While Yesika Koshaha, they try to denigrate the man. This is the NPP. Omu PF Court and start releasing those flyers in the system. And I know Alban Bagbin has seen all of them. I can tell Alban Bagbin who was behind those flyers. Who actually gave the green light when it should be released. It came from the Baumia campaign. That they should go out there and destroy the man's image. Adia onimno. Yan fan channel. So I call you 1.4 million. Alban, for 8 years, ye who Alban Bagbin a Yeska. After end ruling in the who say NPP for Alban Bagbin a Yeska. This is the NPP. And this is what they do. So, after the insult, after denigration, no, after telling the whole world to say, Afenyo Markin, say, Speaker of Parliament thinks he's a madman. He's madder than him. He thinks he's an emperor. He's a stupid man. He should come to Parliament, you know. I reaffirm my utmost respect for your office and service to our nation. He is now saying to Ghana, say, honor the or respect Alban Bagbin pa. Na emom Alban Bagbin be Parliament na enye dwuma o ma oya boa ebia Alban Bagbin ebeye ebia Alban Bagbin be sa court no obebie sa Parliament na ma Afenyo Markin kwasia we nsema okafa Alban Bagbin hu okrum ha the insult Afenyo Markin ne papa ontum fa no to Alban Bagbin 1 minute. Afenyo Markin. Kwasia way because of politics. This filthy, dirty guy because of politics. He stood on national television telling Alban Bagbin, say he thinks he's an emperor. He's a foolish man. He thinks he has too much power. He's corrupt. This foolish fool. Oye na osonoma me. A man the open or say, Alban Bagbin, I respect you. Ain't Alban Bagbin should get up in the morning and say, thank God. Afenyo Markin respect me. NPP for the falsehood they've spread about me, you know, I don't care. Let us, oh no, it does not work like that. Afenyo and the NPP pigs. Afenyo and the NPP pigs. It does not work like that. That is not how the world works. It is suddenly, all the things you said about the man, the insult, it should go away, it should disappear. So you are extending a hand to the NDC, they should come. You are telling Ghanaians that you are a leader. You want Parliament to be open. Now Parliament papadia. Kwasie biba Parliament papadia. I don't know the Supreme Court maybe a Parliament now. Kwasie ba. I don't know unfair or sonoma. I say ombra no for kiss maybe no ntina ho no chair Parliament now. This is the foolishness. Mama me pele. Afenyo Markin. Mama me pele. Mama me pele and I'm about TV so can kwasi asem adan Alban Bagbin there onye obi anka bi ma no. You denigrate an honorable man in the whole MPP. You cannot get a credible man in the MPP or the Alpha Oyi Alban Bagbin kwa. No MPP person can meet his credibility. Nobody in the MPP. Why? The success he has chalked in his political career, there's nobody in the MPP who can compare himself to Afenyo. Compare himself to Alban Bagbin. Kofuor. He comes close. It does not come close to Alban Bagbin's credibility in politics. Kofuor. Me say, mo papa Kofuor. About credibility and the experience and the success a person has chalked in our politics. He does not come close to Alban Bagbin. But I'm quite afford to say mutu did not tell me because or your tenny because my dream no or your NDC ni in nine no pele. Me say Munsha MPP Munina from Atakura Kwasi campaign be see the last messenger. Why na what MPP mua or better than what to Alban Bagbin when it comes to the success, credibility in politics. Ewo munya nipa baako. Wana hakman ewusu ajiman. Michael Kwe. Wanya. Mo papa ko fo ankasa ohun Alban Bagbin obu ni mu ase. Why are you people like that? I don't know Jimmy sir. I don't know what Ghana would just so be a Jimmy. Would just so be a Jimmy. Everything should come your way. Is it today you know say you have respect for the man? Kwasiakura to say whoop credibility. You Afenyo Markin, you are not even supposed to be a lawyer in Ghana. You're Jimmy Ntra. The General Legal Council is full of party fanatics and party butt lickers. And Kawa Afenyo Markin, you are not supposed to be a lawyer in Ghana. You Afenyo Markin, you are a rapist defender. You, how did you even get here? But you Jimmy Ghana. Jimmy we nam na opo o Jimmy na Keti Amon Kwasia no sidi nechi. That is why we are here today. Keti Amon na Kwasia. Shani Jimmy Keti Amon oni certificate in post or the lawyer wo Ghana. Nipa fin we mu nam Ghana. Ena omodi bibia to ye trim so mu ni nyansa. Nyansa ben pa na Keti Amon onimu asase we so. Okasa se ponko die pa kwasia we koton ship Keti Amon Japan and body trimutu kwasia we koton Ghana ship edi esa nam Ghana e pose ponko then we entertain such political insects, filthy stinking things. Then yet Ghana say pese chichire Ghana ameka e binjira. There are people we respect. And there are people we really respect. As much as the Muhuno TV Suninano, there are people we respect. Let's wait for what Alban Bagbin will do. So, Banyansafua, the American Robert, say there are people we respect. And there are people we really respect. Let us wait and see what Alban Bagbin will do. It will determine the end. I don't know much. But the things I know, so we need to count to me that or Ghana. I don't know much. But the things kakrana minimuno, so winima, o sorano pa, and come power ID home, no to abate your MPP. You have no idea. But there are some people we respect, and there are some people we really respect. Let us see the reaction from Alban Bagbin. And Alban Bagbin's reaction will decide what will come next.
Hello and thank you, my good friends, my brothers and sisters and the youth of Ghana. I'm John Dramani Mahama, presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress. As we prepare for the 7th December elections, I'm here to remind you that we'll be voting for the presidential and parliamentary elections on the same day. You will vote for your president and your member of parliament on the same day. When you get to the polling station, you'll be given 2 ballot papers, one after the other. When you collect your ballot paper, look for the umbrella which is next to my photograph, and then thumbprint next to it horizontally, not vertically, horizontally. And so put your thumbprint on it horizontally. And after you have done that, take the tissue or the rag that will be provided and clean your hands dry before you pick up the ballot paper. And when you pick up the ballot paper, fold it lengthwise. That's vertically. Don't fold it horizontally. Fold it vertically. And when you have folded it, you can fold it once again. And then you go to the presidential ballot box. And then you drop your ballot in. Again, you'll be giving another ballot paper. this time for the parliamentary. Again, just look for the umbrella symbol. It will be next to the symbol of your parliamentary candidate. And so just look for the umbrella symbol. And then again, like I said, put your thumb on the ink and thumbprint it horizontally, not vertically, horizontally. You thumbprint it horizontally. And when you finish, put the ballot paper down again, clean your thumb thoroughly and make sure it is dry. And then when you finish, fold it lengthwise, like I did the first one, fold it lengthwise, and then you can fold it again. And go and this time put it in the parliamentary ballot box. Vote for John Mahama and vote for your parliamentary candidates for well-paying jobs in the 24-hour economy. And let us all build the Ghana we want together.
Abusuafo ne ahwefo emu bia kwabade ba Unidek TV so send the day adi kan obedi answer betumi emi subscribe button no so no subscribe na for like na wetumi a share no gya comment was ne betumi.
You know, it's your boy Captain to the planet. I'm here to talk to you about Unidek TV. Please subscribe to Unidek TV. Subscribe. If